The Star Wars Rough Draft by George Lucas, written in 1974. Synopsis. 18-year-old Anakin Starkiller and the elderly Jedi Luke Skywalker, they must work together to protect the Aqualize system and its princess Leia Kaios from this invading empire. Should you read either the original screenplay or the Dark Horse comic based on that draft? I would say no to both. Though the comics are well illustrated, Lucas's vision is interesting to compare to the finished product. The story just isn't good. But speaking of what's good, that's what I was talking about, right? Anyway, there are some things that work rather well here, starting with Anakin himself. He's highly trained, having been raised in the Jedi arts by his father, Kain. He has a sense of humor, albeit a rather strange one, and he's randomly promiscuous. He's also constantly fighting with Leia, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, but at the very least, he does have personality. All in all, Anakin actually feels more believable than Luke does in the original films, and far more so than his namesake does in the prequels. Imagine Luke, but with Han Solo's character. The story is also incredibly epic. A lot happens. It's violent. There are tons of laser sword battles, tons of sets. There's an army of Ewoks that pop up towards the end, and Chewie does in fact get a medal. But there's a lot more that doesn't work in this rough draft than actually works. Death is treated very trivially, even more so than the original films. The Force is never explained, and it doesn't seem to do much. Darth Vader, he is this generic general, not a Sith. Anakin and Leia's relationship makes really no sense. The big plot twist near the end comes out of nowhere and feels like a giant anticlimactic cop-out. Seemingly everyone has a laser sword. They're not specific to the Jedi. R2-D2 apparently talks. There are too many characters and too many plot points to follow. It honestly almost feels like episodes 1 through 6 combined, minus the Vader being his father bit. Originally, I thought I'd make a full comparison review for this script, seeing as Rogue One is about to hit theaters, but it's so different from what we see in Star Wars and New Hope. It's really pointless to try comparing these two. Han Solo is a green alien with no nose and gills, apparently, and a rather generic personality. Valorum, Biggs, Owen Lars even, they all show up as completely different characters. Chewbacca is saved by and befriends Anakin, but he has no connection to Han Solo. He doesn't even know the guy. I might as well be comparing this property to A Princess of Mars. In the end, the Star Wars Rough Draft isn't really worth reading unless you're simply looking to reaffirm what a miracle these early films were. The script is too sprawling. There isn't enough focus on Anakin. The tone is all over the place. Things happen and characters don't react appropriately. Sure, the vastness and insanity of the script is fun to imagine, but it lacks a clear focus. If you're like me and you like looking behind the curtains of your favorite stories, this screenplay might be right up your alley. Otherwise, it's probably best to skip. Anyway, that's all I've got. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Peace.
The Force is strong with you. A powerful Sith you will become. Henceforth, you shall be known as Darth Vader.